In Newcastle, there's only one topic on everyone's lips. Anticipation is mounting over what could define the next steps of the season. Between conversations in pubs and debates in the stands, a single issue dominates the fans' discussions. It's not just another rumor, but a situation that could completely alter Eddie Howe's plans and the team's confidence. The city waits for answers, and the suspense grows with every new update. This collective sense of waiting is exactly what fuels the supporters' passion. Something important is at stake, and even without all the information revealed, the city is brimming with expectation. If you want to keep up with every detail about what's happening at Newcastle, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Here you'll stay informed about everything involving the club, without missing anything that could impact the present and future of the Magpies. Your subscription helps the channel grow and brings even more exclusive content for you. But what exactly is making the fans so uneasy? It's not just another Premier League fixture, nor simple transfer market speculation. There's a key piece in this puzzle that could determine Newcastle United's next chapters, and the signs emerging cannot be ignored. Specialist journalists are on the move, reliable sources are sharing details, and the question echoing around the city is, what is really happening behind the gates of St. James Park? This brings us to the most discussed issue of recent days, an unexpected absence that could change Eddie Howe's plans and the team's preparation for crucial fixtures. The problem, however, is not just on the training ground, but also in the uncertainty weighing on the fans' minds. When it comes to big games and decisive moments, the presence of certain players becomes essential. And in this case, that presence has become uncertain, creating a sense of mystery that only heightens the tension in Newcastle. We are talking about Yoane Wissa, a newly arrived signing expected to be a key figure in Newcastle's attack. The player suffered a knee injury during an international duty, which put his debut for the Magpies in doubt. According to Craig Hope, journalist at the Daily Mail, the situation calls for caution, but there is still hope. He stated that it is not a serious knee injury and that there is a possibility Wissa could be available for the decisive clash against Barcelona in the Champions League. This news comes as a relief to the fans, but at the same time, it raises concerns. After all, supporters remember what happened with Sven Botman when optimistic signs gave way to a more worrying diagnosis. The truth is, until a specialist confirms the full extent of the problem, doubts remain over the striker's fitness. For many, the mere chance of seeing him play against Barcelona is enough to inspire hope. And it's precisely this hope that keeps fans glued to every detail of the story. Wissa arrived in English football in 2021, signed by Brentford, and since then has built a strong reputation for his remarkable availability. He missed very few games due to injury, and this reliability was a key factor in Newcastle betting on him, especially after years of ongoing concern over Callum Wilson and his recurring fitness issues. The plan was simple: have someone dependable to lead the attack and ease the pressure on the other forwards, like the young Nick Woltemade. However, fate played a cruel trick. Before even kicking a ball in black and white, Wissa was already on the injury list. What could have been a minor setback now threatens to disrupt Eddie Howe's plans at one of the most important moments of the season. The next Premier League fixture is against Wolves, but the match really testing the fans' nerves is the clash with Barcelona at St. James Park. And everyone knows, for this kind of game, every piece matters. This is where the narrative gains weight. Wissa was not signed just to be another name in the squad, but to be a protagonist. The expectation was that he would lead the attack while Woltemade, only 23, adjusted to the Premier League's intensity. Without him, the pressure falls on the young German, who will have to step up sooner than planned. If you want to keep following how this story unfolds, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This way you'll always be one step ahead. Wissa's injury history underscores how rare it is to see him sidelined. In his first season in England, he missed just 6 games due to an ankle issue. After that, he completed 2 full seasons without missing a single match due to injury, before facing a few absences in 2024-25. In other words, he is not a physically fragile player, but rather unlucky at the worst possible time. And this is what fuels the fans' hope. Craig Hope emphasized that, although the information is encouraging, caution is necessary. According to him, there are optimistic rumors, even from the player himself, but only an official medical assessment can confirm whether his debut against Barcelona will be a reality or just a wish. Uncertainty mixes with anticipation, and amid so many doubts, keeping up with daily updates is essential. This is why specialist news channels like ours are so important for fans. Meanwhile, work behind the scenes continues intensively. Eddie Howe and his coaching staff are already preparing alternatives in case Wissa cannot play. Nick Woltemade is expected to take the central attacking role. But the question remains, will he be ready to handle the pressure of facing a European giant at St. James Park? Fans know that games like this can define careers and even shape the course of an entire season. That's why every update on Wissa's recovery is being closely followed. Regardless of the medical decision, the fact is, Newcastle needs rapid solutions. The Wolves game will serve as a test to measure the squad's strength without Wissa, and what is observed there may indicate what to expect against Barcelona. The fans, in turn, remain anxious, torn between hope of seeing the new signing shine and fear that his absence will persist. This emotional rollercoaster is part of the life of anyone who loves football, and in Newcastle, it is felt even more intensely. For supporters closely following the club, waiting is not enough. They need to stay informed, understand the behind the scenes, and grasp what's at stake with every emerging update. And this is where the invitation comes in. Subscribe to the channel to never miss an update on Wissa and everything surrounding Newcastle United. With each video, you'll get detailed information, analyses, and behind-the-scenes content that helps you understand the club's trajectory. It's the most practical way to stay ahead of the story. In the end, Yoane Wissa's situation highlights how unpredictable football can be. In a matter of days, what seemed certain can become uncertain, and what seemed unlikely can gain momentum. Newcastle is experiencing this moment of uncertainty, but also opportunity. If Wissa is fit, he will be a crucial reinforcement in one of the season's most anticipated matches. If not, it will be a chance for new protagonists to emerge. And as always in football, it's precisely these stories that keep the fans' passion alive.